I'd like to welcome special guest this evening, the one and only Mr. Joe McElderry. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you, very well.
Do you like a bit of soul?
I do, yes, I do. I like all kinds of music, but yes, I like that song. It's good.
That's a cracker, isn't it? Joe, spoke to you last year. The listeners absolutely loved it. You're in town again this Saturday. You're coming to the Wolf Runa on Saturday, the 2nd of May, this very weekend.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. This is the Evolution tour.
It is.
And we've done quite a few shows now, so that's always when the fun starts. Once the show's set in, and everybody kind of knows what they're doing and is relaxed about everything. So we've been having lots of fun. The audiences have been great. So it's my first time at this venue, so I'm looking forward to it.
I think you're on an 100 event tour? Gosh, that's a big tour.
Yeah, it's just over 100 shows, I think, which is pretty full on. But I love it. You know, it's great fun. And it helps when you have good audiences, and we've had great audiences, so it's been brilliant.
Absolutely. Joe, in the first half of the show, we played one of your songs. It was, you probably remember it better than me, but it was Someone Wake Me Up along that lines, and, I thought I'm going to use that as a little teaser, but sometimes you've had so much success so fast. Sometimes do you think, I am going to wake up from this, and wonder where it's all come from?
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes you're on, the only way to explain it is being on a bit of a treadmill sometimes,
yeah.
It's constant, and obviously a lot of my job is kind of my life as well.
Of course.
So it kind of feels 24/7 a little bit, so it does sometimes take a bit of time to catch up with things, and get used to things and take things in as well, Sometimes I don't kind of take something in career-wise that I've done for about 6 months after it's finished, and then it hits us that I've done it, so... It is always kind of like playing catch-up a little bit.
Because, we think back to 2009 and we remember you're on X Factor with Whitney, lovely Whitney Houston and all that, winning the show. But you're still only a young lad. You're about 23, 24, something. You're still a young lad.
I'm 24 in June, yeah, 23.
Gosh, you've crammed so much in and achieved so much.
I know, I do feel about 40, to be fair. I do feel about 40, but no. I think it's one of them things. If you enjoy what you do... it doesn't feel like hard work, and I suppose the kind of work that I do, you're travelling all over the place, and when you travel, the time does kind of fly by a little bit.
Yes.
It all kind of blurs into one. So it has flew by for me, and it feels like yesterday sometimes that it all kind of happened, and then other days it feels like years ago, because I feel like I've grown up a lot as well.
Well, yes, I suppose so. I mean, you must have been very, very young back in 2009. So with I suppose the big break, because you'd already been doing a lot of work. I remember you telling me last year you've been involved in entertainment and that for many years, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I started kind of trying to kind of do it as a career, I suppose, when I was about 15, I would say. That was when I kind of sort of set my sights on it and thought, this is actually what I really want to do. But again, I mean, nothing kind of like on the scale that I've been doing over the past 5 years.
No.
I think it's a lot more intense now. And obviously you're doing it in front of people watching and you're learning things about the industry. I still learn things about the industry now, and it's nearly 6 years ago.
Yes.
But I think that's good, because it means you care about your job, and it means that I think if you're learning, you're progressing. So I take it all on board.
And your mate's doing all right as well, and all the Murs, and of course, you beat him, didn't you?
Yes.
I don't know if I should say that. I want to get an interview with him now, will I? I'm only joking, Joe. But seriously, you guys, you've both done absolutely fantastic. But you're talking about your achievements. I mean, you got just dotted a few down here, and we got the thing where you did the opera stuff, and you won that. You've just had such a fantastic career, really, and one thing after another, you've performed in front of the Queen, going back to the pop star to opera star. You've done so much,
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, like obviously doing the pop star, opera star stuff and the jump program.
Yes.
Skiing thing, all of them kind of things, I suppose, it's just trying new things and different things and letting people see different sides to it, And it's nice to kind of, sometimes step out of when you do the reality shows, the music side of things, and try something like where you're still learning something, but it's different, obviously, what I do on a daily basis to what people are used to. So,
yes.
And I think that was the same with the opera, although it was very musically related. It was completely different to what people had seen us do before, and I like doing that because I think it keeps me on my toes for one, certainly, and also it makes I suppose the aspects of my career a bit more interesting as well, and not just the kind of same as everybody else.
Absolutely. I mean, we all remember, as I say, going back to when we first come across you, when obviously winning the X Factor, but we all wondered, is this just a great pop singer? But you got a great voice, lad. I'll say that, and you've got to be able to really sing to do opera as well, and you just did it effortlessly. I think it's amazing.
Thank you.
I do, honestly.
Thank you very much. It's very kind of you.
And it's great to see somebody who can diversify a bit, rather than, because you've got to keep changing in this business, haven't you, Joe?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's all about changing and moving forward, and kind of, it's a very competitive industry, and it's very, I think now, obviously, with not to be a hypocrite, because I'm proud of coming from one of those shows, but it's with all the reality shows that are here now, and people coming through different avenues as well. It's a very saturated industry as well, so it is a tough industry.
It is indeed. So, what would you? I know it's an impossible question to answer, really, Joe. But what would you say has been, in your opinion, your biggest achievement, the most exciting thing in your musical career?
I mean, I love the whole touring side of things. That to me still. I mean, even we've done about. I think we've probably done about 23 shows, maybe now, maybe a bit less. I'm not sure exactly, but like, still every night when I go out and when I'm getting ready to go on, I'm still so excited to go on stage and perform my material for an audience in a different town, and I still kind of every night feel really lucky. So I suppose that part really excites us.
Okay.
When you finish an album, I think that's a massive achievement, and when it's just about to be released, that's always really exciting. But I suppose it depends, it changes on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis, I suppose, because I'm always kind of trying new things, and I think that's always exciting as well. So I think obviously when I started writing my own material and people were getting to hear that for the first time, that was really exciting as well. So it's all different aspects of it, I think.
Okay. Well, that's a good answer. And as I say, if you've achieved that much, it must be an impossible question to answer as well, because it's just highlight after highlight, and we hope that goes on for you. I'm sure that it will. I think it would be fair to say, I mean, I think it's about the third time I've interviewed you now, but a very down-to-earth person as well. Is that a lot to do with family as well? Do you need to have the right family with you, would you say?
I think it's a lot to do with family, and it's a lot to do with having the right people around you, who you work with, who keep you on the ground, and I'm very lucky that I have a great set of people that I work with. I have a great family that also, come out on the road with us at times as well. And, we all work together, and we're very real about what we're doing, and we'll try things and, make things happen. And I think that if you do that and you have the right kind of network of people around you, then it's you don't kind of get a bit too big-headed, I suppose.
Because I think it's happened to one or two artists, but I've got to say I've never found you like that, and I think it's very, very refreshing. And I think when you do your interviews, that's probably when, the fans really get to get a feel for the real person, and you always come over very, very down, not playing yourself down, because you're very professional in presenting yourself, but you don't overcook the situation.
Well, I try not to.
You don't. No, you don't. And I think that's the sort of person who's going to have a long career and keep changing.
You know what it is? I mean, I think I sometimes find the industry that I work in very amusing, and I find it very funny. When you meet people at certain things and they kind of have this kind of air around them.
Tell me about it.
They're a lot more important than anybody else. But at the end of the day, as my grandma says, we'll all come in the earth on the same way, and we'll all leave the same way. So, treat people how you want to be treated. That's what I say.
Well, I'll tell you something, Joe. I'm very lucky, and I do mean that I'm very lucky that I've probably interviewed some of the biggest names in the world. And the bigger the star, the more down to earth and nice they are. So,
Yeah, I've found that with people that I've met. Actually, I have found that with people I've met along the way. The people who kind of probably could do it and get away with it aren't like that.
No.
And the people who do it and don't get away with it are like that, unfortunately.
But coming back to yourself, I mean, you mentioned your album. You must be on about your 6 or 7 album?
Fifth.
Gosh,
fifth. So I've got a lot of material now because I haven't released an album for nearly 2 years.
Okay.
And I have a lot of material, new and old, recorded, that really is pretty much ready to be on an album. But it's just about, I understand, there's people wanting to hear material, and I try and put it in the shows to keep it fresh and give them the opportunity to hear new things. But I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure it's the right album. I want to make sure it's the right sound, and I don't want to just kind of put something out there for the sake of getting it out there. So we're taking our time, but it'll definitely be soon. It's high on our priority list at the minute.
Good to hear. The evolution tour, then. I mean, according to the press material with this, you're going to do some music right from the very early days. You're going to come through, do some of the classical side and obviously some new stuff as well. Give us a little bit of a rundown of what we can expect this Saturday night.
The show's kind of like, loosely, it's like a little bit of a storyboard, I suppose, of where I've been over the past 5 years. So we start right at the beginning, and the opening number is obviously, I don't want to spoil it too much, but it stands My Father. And then we kind of go right the way through, almost chronologically, of what I've released over the past 4 albums. Some songs that I've recorded and released, some tracks off certain albums. So you get the pop, the classical. We'll do some new songs in the second half, and there's brand new arrangements of all the songs as well, different sounds. It's a really kind of I suppose musical story where it kind of takes you through a story, but through the music. Not kind of me standing talking for the whole show. But it takes you through each song kind of all the way through up until obviously now when we kind of end the show with some new material and then a revamped version of one of my songs as well.
Sounds great. Let's just have a look at the details then. It's this Saturday, the 2nd of May, 7:30 at the Wolf-Ruiner Hall. The box office is 01902 552 121. Just a few tickets left. Starting at from £18 upwards. Gosh, that's good value today. There's a possibility of VIP, mate, as well on your tour as well. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's just a meet and greet. So you can obviously get a meet and greet, which is extra. But all the details of all of that are on my website, joemckelderofficial.com. And that's kind of an extra kind of thing on top of the ticket. But if you want to just come see the show, that's enough for me.
Well, Joe, I want to kind of come and meet you as well, mate. Absolute want to do that. Might even come and see you myself. I'll tell you what, Joe, just give us that website again.
It's www.joemckelderofficial.com.
And as I say, the box office, if you want, there's still a few tickets left, not many, but 01902 552 121. That's the Wolf-Ruiner Hall this Saturday, and it's very good value, £18 and upwards. And you can find details of all the sort of things that you can do on the night. But basically, you want to go and hear Joe sing because he's a great singer. Joe, message for the fans, mate. Message for the fans.
Just, I'm looking forward to meeting some of them who come and see the show. And if you've never seen one of the shows before, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll make it the best show possible. And looking forward to seeing people that have seen the show as well.
Great to speak to you, John. Have a great night on Saturday. They're going to turn out in great numbers to see you. And I've already played a couple of your tracks as a teaser, a little bit of a teaser this evening. But, we all love this one. I've got to play it, didn't I? Dance with My Father. Joe, it's been great to speak to you, mate.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Have a lovely night.
Thanks, Joe.